So that's a SAP easy access screen, the first screen that used to come. Okay, and this is S4 HANA 2023. How I come to know it's S4 HANA 2023? First way is to see from here itself. Second way is just go in a system and here just go to status. So this first bar here you can see it's a menu bar. So in menu bar just go to system, just go to status, and in status tab you can see here server name S4 HANA 2023. From here itself you can see each and every details you can see from here, right? Database you can see HANA database. In ECC database was like some third party database. In ECC SAP was using some third party database, for example SQL and Oracle they were using. But in S4 HANA, in SAP S4 HANA, SAP have its own database and it's a HANA database. So whenever someone is saying SAP S4 HANA, it's a complete name, but HANA is a database. Okay, HANA is a database here. Like Oracle is a database, SQL have its own database. Same like that, SAP now in SAP S4 HANA, SAP also have its own database, and it's a HANA database. So from here itself, you can see each and everything. In ECC, if I saw like ECC work either on SQL or in Oracle database. Let me show you. So otherwise, like screen, everything looks like same. Even you can't figure out these things. Don't confuse. Like this, we can customize from our end. Like whatever is written here and whatever is there, like this one, we can customize it. This we can customize. Otherwise, everything, both ECC and S4HANA looks alike. Every node's almost same. So this is ECC, how we can see. Like first is from here, ECC EHP7, and second is in menu bar. Just go to system and just go to status. And in status itself, you can see here version EHP7 SAP ERP 6.0. And you can see here database system is SQL here. So ECC was working either on SQL or either on Oracle database. It doesn't have its own database in ECC, but in S4 HANA, SAP have its own database. And this is also the reason like S4 HANA is speed of S4 HANA is fast than ECC. Otherwise, mostly the nodes, everything is same. But don't worry, we are going to learn on SAP S4 HANA 2023. It's a latest version, right? So, and like after 2023, no version have released until yet. So this is latest version. So let me tell you from very start, from very scratch. So you will see that SAP GUI on your desktop. Once it's installed, you will see that SAP GUI log on. Just double click on that. And here, in your case, like these many servers will not be appear because I have my own database. That's the reason I have so many servers. Some is my real time on which I am working on the projects. Some are the servers. So in your case, it will be blank. Nothing will be here. It will be blank. But once that a team will provide, Suraj will provide the credentials, and I will provide. So what you need to do, the first step, what you need to do is you can see here this icon, page icon here. So just click on this, click on connections, and here just click on next. Don't worry, this is also recorded. So you can go through the recording and you can follow the steps. And description, whatever credentials he will provide, just mention everything here. Description, application, server, instant number, system ID. Router, SAP router string is not required if you are using Windows. It's not required. If you are using Mac, then only it's required. Otherwise, it's not required. Just leave that blank. Just click on next, next, two time next, and just click on finish. Once you will do that, you can see like that. Like this will appear, only this one will appear, others will not appear, only this one will appear. You can log in by two ways. First, double click on this, you will come this logon screen. Another way is just select this and click on this logon, right? And here you just need to give your user ID and password. Whatever user ID you have, just give it here, and here you need to give your password. So initial password we are going to provide to you. After that, you need to set up your password. That initial screen will open where you need to set up your password. And then once you will set up, this will be your final password. So just give your user ID, password from next time and hit enter. You are ready to use it. You are login. So first screen, whatever you are seeing right now is a SAP Easy Access screen. So this SAP Easy Access screen is the first screen that used to appear, and mostly end users are using this screen. Okay, end users are working mostly time on this screen either using T codes. Let's suppose someone is a procurement engineer or end user in SAP MM. So SAP MM end user either be used to say procurement head or procurement executive. So these are the names for SAP MM end user. So let's suppose you are SAP MM end user. So you will just use the T codes here in command prompt. So this is a command prompt where I'm writing this transaction. This is a command prompt. So this blank is command prompt. So in command prompt, we use T codes. So what is T code? T code is transaction code. So to perform any transaction, there is a short codes are there. So with the help of that codes, we can perform a transaction. So let's suppose I just want to create a purchase order. So I will just use a T code ME21N and I will hit enter. So I will just come to that create purchase order screen. Okay. So this transaction, if I want to perform, I will use ME21N to create a purchase order. Let's suppose I just want to create a request for quotation. So I will simply use T code ME41. Okay. So this is RFQ screen. So like that, we can use a T code, and usually end users work on this SAP Easy Access screen. So this screen you can see for first time you log in. Whenever you log in, the first screen you can see is a SAP Easy Access screen. And end users mostly work on that SAP Easy Access screen. Either they just fire a T code, they just use a T code and hit enter in that command prompt, they just use a T code and perform the transaction. Another way, they can also do with the navigation from here. So here you can see different nodes are there. Like if someone is SAP MM end user, they will just go to logistic, they will just go to material management, they will just go to purchasing. And if they just want to create a purchase order, they will just go to this, double click on create. So from here, they can access. If they just want to create a purchase requisition, they will just go to this node. If they just want to create outline agreement, they will just go to this. If they just want to create RFQ, they will just go to this. So these three, four, five activities repeatedly they used to do. Okay. So if someone is just like in that PP department, maybe they are going to do that MRP, material requirement planning. So the point is, end user can also use a T code and they can also navigate from here. Okay, both options are available, right? But consultants mostly work in SPRO, in backend SPRO. So in SPRO, it's an implementation guide. So in SPRO implementation guide, that consultant used to work. So if someone is like MM consultant, they are going to work in MM related nodes. If someone is PP consultant, they are going to work on PP related nodes. These are nodes. the sales and distribution, this is one node. Material management, this is nodes. So we used to say that nodes, right? So if someone is SCM, like someone is a EWM consultant, they are going to work on these nodes. If someone is SD consultant, sales and distribution consultant, they are going to work on these nodes. If someone is like, if someone is a PP consultant, they are going to work on these nodes. If someone is PM consultant, plant maintenance and customer service consultant, they are going to work on these nodes. So under the nodes, there are so many nodes, okay? Like nodes under nodes, there are so many nodes, okay? So all configuration we can do from here. All consultant used to do all configuration part here only, right? Like a cricketer just required a playground to play a cricket. Uh, just wait. Yeah. Like a cricketer just required a playground to play a cricket. A footballer just required a football ground to play a football. A swimmer just required a swimming pool to swim. Same like that, a consultant just required that SPRO access, implementation guide to do all configuration, right? So this is in SPRO implementation guide where all consultant used to do all configurations. Then how we are going to learn? Is everything is clear until now? Yes or no? If yes, then we can proceed
Uh,
further.
Yeah.
to be
Yes.
honest, sir, as this is first time I'm getting this technology terminology, so it's a bit difficult for
Don't
me to
worry,
understand
don't
things
worry,
properly.
don't worry, you
Same
can
also,
go.
bro, sir.
Okay,
Say,
don't worry. But once just again go through the recording, okay? And I'm just giving an overview. Then we will start from very scratch. Don't worry. We have started from login. We will start from very scratch. Don't worry about all these things. Just go through the recording again and again. And I will also provide the notes. So don't worry about that, okay?
sir, first of all, you have to discuss with SAP, sir. What is SAP? Actually,
Uh,
this is, sir.
okay,
It
okay,
will be
okay.
difficult.
Okay, I will also discuss that. Okay, I just gave the overview of SAP screen. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Don't,
Noted, sir.
don't,
Thank you.
don't worry like I'm going to start a configuration from day one. I'm just telling what's the job of end user, what's the job of a consultant.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
Now,
sir.
excuse me, one thing. You've just shown us the purchase order and request and all that, but
Mm-hmm.
purchase order requires the master data connection, like supplier, products or services. That
Buddy. Yeah, just wait a while. Wait a while. I was just
via.
showing the screen. I was just showing the
Okay,
screen.
okay,
I'm not going to start from PO itself. I was
okay,
just
okay.
showing
Fine,
the
fine,
screen, how the screen looks like. That's it. To
fine, fine,
feel,
fine. No problem.
to have a feel. That's it. Don't worry. I'm not going to start from here itself. Okay, I will start from very scratch. Don't worry. It just I want to show the screens, like how screens looks like. Okay. Otherwise, we will start from very scratch. Don't worry.
Are you going to provide some reading material with it also?
Yeah, I will provide.
Okay, fine.
But don't expect this from every trainer. Every trainer don't provide.
Oh, I
Okay,
understand.
I
I
only
understand.
provide. Like it's not a task of a trainer. Student have to make that, but I used to provide. Don't worry.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so we will start from very start. Don't worry, guys. We will start from very start. Okay. So, what is SAP? So, if someone says SAP, it's incorrect. Even in our class, one like who was there, I didn't remember, was saying SAP. It's not SAP, it's SAP. So for abbreviations, we never say like that, SAP. So it's incorrect to say SAP. Never ever say SAP. It's a SAP. Okay, and sometimes also like interviewer used to ask like that. So like in interview also, never use that SAP. It's a SAP. And full form for that is S stand for system, S stand for system, A stand for application, and P stand for product in data processing. So it's a full form. You must remember that, like system, application, and product in data processing. That's a full form for SAP. And never say it's SAP. It's a ERP. SAP is a ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. Then you can ask, sir, what's ERP? So SAP is also ERP. Like SAP, there are so many ERPs. Maybe you have heard about that. Maybe you have heard about Oracle. Maybe you have heard about SQL. Maybe you have heard about Tally in your life. Sometimes you have heard about Tally. So all these are ERPs. SAP is also ERP. And all these are also ERP. So ERP stand for Enterprise Resource Planning. Okay, so what's the history behind SAP? So we just talk about some history of SAP. So like five guys was working in IBM in 1970s, and they just click a idea in their head, like can we have a ERP where all the modules can be interrelated? Like earlier what used to happen, like if someone just want to go for financial activities, they have to go with the financial related ERPs. For example, Tally. If someone just want to go for a planning related ERP, they just need to go for a planning. They have to go with a specific package for that. So they just click idea can be like resolve this problem, whatever is there. So they just have invented a ERP where all modules are interrelated and can be used in single system, like in SAP MM, material management, PP, production planning, SD, sales and distribution, HCM, human capital management. All these modules can be used in single system. So they just invented, and initially they just invented R2 in 1970s. So initially SAP is a company. Okay. SAP is a company that used to provide ERP solution. So SAP is a company, and in fact it's the fourth largest software company in the world. Okay. So revenue-wise, it's a fourth largest software company. So initially they just invented R2. Then R2 means it was working on two tire. It was working on two tire. Then it just evaluated to R3. That means three tire architecture. What's that two tire? What's that three tire? I will also explain that. But right now, because it's also interview question, so I have mentioned that in notes also. So we will discuss about that. Why we used to say that R3 or three tire architecture. So that was ECC. ECC was working on R3, three tire architecture. So in that three layers are there. So I will explain that later on. Otherwise, it's too early to discuss about all these things. So it work on three tier. That's the reason it's a R3. And in ECC 6.0, that was working on R3. In ECC 6.0, there were several versions were there, like EHP1, Enhancement Package 1, Enhancement Package 2, Enhancement Package 3. Okay, but right now, mostly companies are using Enhancement Package 7, EHP7. So ECC 6.0, EHP7 is the most used version. Even right now, more than 75 plus companies worldwide are using ECC 6.0 EHP7. After 2027, like ECC is going to migrate to S4HANA, it's correct. But still now, more than 75 companies, percent of the companies are still using ECC EHP7. Okay, then S4 HANA just came into picture. In S4 HANA, SAP have its own database and it's fast as compared to ECC. And in S4HANA itself, there are so many versions. Like earlier, 1610 version just came, then 1910 version just came, then like 2016, 18, 20, 21. Like after every 1 or 2 year, SAP used to release a new version. Okay, and right now latest version is 2023. So after 2023 until now, not a single new version just came. So this is the latest version till date, 2023. And we are also going to learn on this 2023, right? So, and right now maybe you have heard about the cloud. Maybe you have heard about the cloud. So in cloud, like you have heard about Rise with SAP and Grow with SAP. So that's a public cloud and private cloud. So that's the right now that you are listening more often. Maybe you are listening on LinkedIn or on YouTube. Like there, one is a Rise with SAP, another one is a Grow with SAP. One is Rise and another one is a Grow with SAP. Right? So Rise with SAP is just like private cloud. We used to say private cloud. We just use this terminology Rise with SAP with the private cloud. So after 2022 or 2023, you have maybe you have heard a lot about these private and public cloud. And Grow with SAP is just like a public cloud. Okay. And third is a this is public cloud. Okay. Sorry, I have to write with the help of mouse. So handwriting is not coming too good. Okay, so Grow with SAP is a public cloud and Rise with SAP is a private cloud. And third is a on-premises. So we are going to learn on on-premises. On-premises means we have to install first SAP in our system and then we just add a server on that and then we just use that. So that's a on-premises, right? So, don't think like future is for a cloud. Then why we are just learning on on-premises? On-premises is not going to go anywhere. It's still the big organizations in near future, big organizations will use on-premises only. And this private cloud concept of this private cloud and on-premises are 100% same. It's not like you need to learn separately private cloud. On-premise, if you have learned the concepts on on-premises, that's same like a private cloud. Even if you just go with a global certification exam, that name is a private cloud. Okay, because both are same. On-premises and private cloud both are same. This is only different. Only small scale companies will go with the Grow with SAP public cloud. Otherwise, mid cap and large cap either will go with the on-premises or with the private cloud. That's it. Okay. So that's some like history and latest trending SAP products. Now, how we are going to learn?
Excuse me, this private and public means a private cloud company or a public Grow means it is SAP has
No,
its own
not a
cloud.
company. It's a SAP's product only.
Okay, it's a
Okay,
product.
private.
Fine.
Yeah.
But
Like
you
a
have to
SAP
purchase it
S4HANA.
from SAP. You
Yeah,
cannot have
like
a separate cloud and then connect your system to that cloud.
no, no, no. Dedicatedly, you have to purchase from SAP.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay. This is in every case of SAP, right?
Every case, yeah. On premises also license we have to purchase. In every case, it's
License
like
you
that.
have to purchase, but database remains with the SAP.
No, no. On premises database we have to maintain. Companies have to maintain database. Okay.
In their own server or in SAP server.
No, no, no. Like on database. Companies have on database. Okay.
So you can have your own server and then install the database there on your own premises also.
Uh, like Mir, can we do one thing? Can
Yeah.
we discuss about all these things in the last when I'm going to give the time?
Okay, fine, fine.
Okay.
Sure,
You can note
sure,
down your questions and you can ask in the last. Okay.
sure, sure. Okay.
Okay. So what are different ERPs? Like a SAP, there are several ERPs. So SAP is a leader in that, no doubt on that. SAP is a leader in that. Like SAP, if you count local and international all ERPs, there are more than 65 plus ERPs there. So I just compile some top 6 and 7 ERPs there. So SAP, no doubt on that, leader in that, like mostly more than like 99% organization, big organizations are using SAP as a ERP solution. Like SAP, there are different ERPs or you have heard about maybe like Oracle, PeopleSoft Great Pain, JD Edwards, Microsoft Great Pain. So these all are top ERPs. BAN. These are all top ERPs that companies are using. But SAP, no doubt on that, leader in that, providing ERP solution. Here is the picture. Just sip of a water. Just wait. Yeah. So you can see here, like a funny picture. Like these guys are just dragging this trolley, and this intellectual person just came to them like, this is SAP. You guys can use that SAP, and that will make your work like easier, and you can smoothly work on that. But they are saying like, no thanks, we are too busy with that. So they are just using some conventional ERP system, like any conventional ERP system like BAN or Oracle or anything like that. But this is like latest version SAP, and that can make their work smoothly. So with the help of that picture, I just want to elaborate. What about the jobs? So SAP jobs are worldwide. If you have skills and you have learned properly, you can work on any project worldwide. So like almost 1.5 year ago, like research have conducted, like how many consultants are there in worldwide. So like in India itself, 1,80,000 consultants, maximum number of consultants are there in India itself right now. So India 1,80,000, USA 97,000, Germany 51,000, UK 31,000, Brazil 30,000, and that's data is almost 1.5 year ago. If you just count right now, it's even more, 30 to 20 to 30% more than that. Okay, so if you have a knowledge, if you have a skills, and you are a global certified, and you have a good knowledge, you can work on any projects abroad also. You can like remotely, you can work on the projects. So that's about some basic ideas on SAP and different ERPs. Now let me tell you why companies use ERP, why they just required a ERP. Let me give you a very practical example so that you can relate. Yeah. So what is ERP? Enterprise Resource Planning. Full form for ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning. Yeah. So let's just take a very practical example. Let's suppose there is a XYZ coffee shop, and this coffee shop is just like selling almost 100 cup of coffees every day. Every day they are just selling 100 cup of coffees every day. So for that, what they just require, they have to procure coffee beans. Yes, they have to store and they have to manage the inventory, whatever inventory they have, like coffee beans, milk powder, sugar powder, and like cups. So all these they have to store and they have to procure and they have to manage all these inventory. They must have a HR to hire the right candidates. they are doing like they have to do a planning. Let's suppose for 100 cup of coffees, they just required, let's suppose they just required this much of a sugar powder, that much of a milk powder, that much of a coffee powder. Everything they have to plan. Okay. So all these things they have to do as a XYZ coffee shop. Let's suppose they are just selling 100 cup of coffees. But just take an example of Starbucks. Starbucks is also doing the same. They are also selling cup of coffees. Okay. But in the case of Starbucks, there's not a single store. They have thousands and thousands of stores worldwide, and it's a huge organizing structure. Meanwhile, they are just also procuring coffee beans, they are also procuring sugar powder, they are also procuring milk powder, they are also storing and managing the inventory, they are also doing the planning. Everything they are doing the same. But in the case of Starbucks, they are having thousands and thousands of stores, and it's a huge organizing structure. But in case of XYZ coffee shop, if XYZ coffee shop is just come to me and they're asking, should we go for an ERP solution? I will say no, you don't require an ERP solution. You can just do all these steps on a piece of a paper or on an Excel sheet. You don't require any ERP solution. But in case of a Starbucks, if Starbucks is going to ask to me, they literally required a ERP solution. So I will say, yes, you required a ERP solution because every day they are doing thousands and thousands of transactions every day. So they can't manage on a piece of a paper or on an Excel sheet. So they must have a ERP solution so that they can work smoothly and they can work efficiently on that. And I can proudly say Starbucks are using SAP as a ERP solution. Okay, so that's all about that. What is ERP solution and why companies require ERP solution? So whenever like complicated operations are there, and like so many transactions are happening in sales side, in procurement side, in each and every domain, then they just require a ERP solution. But like in a very simple case, I just talk about that XYZ coffee shop. In that case, there's a no requirement of an ERP solution. So that's why we just required a ERP solution, and SAP is also ERP solution, right?
So, in simple words, that we can say, in a company where transactions can be monitored on piece of paper or using normal tools like Excel and all this, they don't require ERP solutions. But in case this can't be managed using these tools like Excel sheets and all on piece of paper, then definitely monitoring the transactions require ERP
Yeah,
solutions.
like not only a transaction, so many operations, business operations, they can see, they can display everything, they can monitor easily, smoothly, they can work with the help of ERP, right? So otherwise,
Okay.
if they are going to do without ERP, just imagine how that things will be complicated. Okay, so everything will be maintained in the system in ERP system. How many POs created, how many SO sales orders created. Okay, hire to fire process, P2P cycle, everything is maintained in ASIC in the ERP solution. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.